Well, I think the camera for Gears has always been very important, the over-the-shoulder camera, right? So the extracted view allows the player to see much more of the environment, which a first-person camera doesn't allow you to do, especially in cover. And because we're a cover game, it's very important for us to be able to see not only where I am on the field, but also a large area around me. So having that ability to have the camera extracted and be able to see a little bit more gives you an advantage. And then with what we call ADS, or the aim down sight system, that allows you to get in a little bit closer and get pixel precise in terms of where you're shooting. Well, in terms of multiplayer, for us, some of the big innovations in multiplayer are the close cover combat system, which is the ability for the player to act defensively in cover and reach over and grab an enemy and bring them over and then do a combat knife stab on them to finish them, which is a lot of fun. The other thing that we've added is vaulting. So there's a more fluid way to move through the environment now. Instead, in previous Gears, you had to hit cover and then press the button to mantle over, which took a little bit more time. But now in Gears 4, we have a vaulting system. So as you approach cover, you hit the button and your character will smoothly mantle over cover. And if there's an enemy on the other side, you'll kick them in the face and open them up for the opportunity for you to do a combat knife execution on them. The new game modes that we're talking about today are dodgeball, which, if you're familiar with dodgeball, it's the idea that typically on a playground you play with 5 people on a side and a rubber ball. And as you throw the ball and you hit somebody, they get eliminated from the match. If somebody catches a ball, then somebody who's been on the sidelines gets to come back in the game. So in Gears 4 dodgeball, there are no balls involved, but the mechanic is a little bit different, where typically in Warzone you have 1 life. And when you die, you're out of the game and you don't get to come back in. For me, that's a problem because I'm not a great Gears player. What dodgeball does is when I get eliminated, if you make a kill and I'm in the queue, I go into the queue, it takes 5 seconds, you stay alive for 5 seconds, I get to come back in the game. So what happens, which is a lot of fun, is you'll get these situations where it can be 5-on-1, and as long as you can get a kill on the other side and stay alive, then it suddenly becomes 4-on-2. And then it becomes 3-on-3, and then the opposite. So you'll see these giant rebounds from 5-on-1 all the way back to 5-1 the opposite way. And we've seen matches where a team has been down to 1 player, looks like they're going to die, and they come all the way back to win the match because of this new mechanic. Well, I think the thing that's exciting about the beta for us is it's a live beta, so we're actually getting a lot of telemetry and player data. So it's really important for us for people to play and play a lot, because we'll get a lot of information about where the bugs are, about how the maps are laid out, about how the encounters work between players in matches. We'll get a lot of information that we can go back in and make changes and adjustments to the map to make them even better for when we release later on. So for us, we want reaction to the game modes, and then we want information from the players to understand how to make the game even better from when we launch it. I love Latin American players are extremely passionate. We love Gears Latin American players. They're some of the most passionate that I see in games, which for me is exciting. And Gears players overall are very passionate, but Latin American players take it to a whole different level, which is so exciting. It's why I'm so excited to be here, to be able to represent Gears 4 today. Hola, I'm Chuck Osieja from the Coalition. I'm excited to be here in Mexico City today and being able to talk to all my Colombian fans and the fans of Gears of War. Hope you guys play in the beta, and I hope you have a great time with the game when it launches.